Appleton firefighters responded to a call overnight to find the back of a home engulfed in flames. Authorities arrived at the home on the 600 block of East Francis Street about 4 o'clock this morning, when the fire extended to the first and second floors of the home. Everyone managed to escape. There was no one injured, despite there being no working smoke alarms in that house. The fire was put under control after about 45 minutes. The damage is estimated to be about $150,000. The cause of that fire is still being investigated. The Appleton Fire Department using this incident to remind the public to make sure they test their smoke detectors, preferably every month.